All right, somebody needs to know how to reinforce your record shelves and make them sturdy. Not sure who, but somebody needs to know it. So, anyway, you get your new record shelf, IKEA, Menards, Home Depot, Walmart, whatever. You put it together. Then, what you want to do is measure the length or the height of the shelf, measure the width of the shelf. Sometimes the measurements is actually on the box. Now, what you want to do, you go get you a piece of plyboard. If you're a homeowner, 9 times out of 10, you got plywood sitting in the garage somewhere. Um, Measure out your measurements, get your trusty dusty circular saw, cut it out. Sometimes you got to use two pieces if you don't have one that's long enough. In this case, I used two. So basically, as long as you got two sides and the top or two sides and the bottom nailed down, it's going to be sturdy. If it's all one piece. The best is to use one piece, but you can get away with using two pieces of plywood. So you cut it out to match. And also, you can get one of the guys at Home Depot to cut a piece of plywood for you. That way, you don't have to do it at home if you don't have the tools. So now, next, I sit it on the back, and then I measure out how much lip you working with as far as the sides, the top and the bottom go. For this shelf, you're working with about an inch all the way around. Actually, it's a little over an inch, about a inch and an eighth. But if you go an inch from the edge, you're good. And I mark the plywood all the way around, so that way when I come behind it and nail it down, I know not to go too far. Kind of want to go in the middle. I use 4D finishing nails. You could use 6D. 6Ds are longer, but 4Ds will get it done. And you just kind of pop them all the way around and nail it down. And now it's sturdy, man. That thing is solid as a rock. I mean, the plywood is going to be ugly, so you can paint it beforehand if you want to. But it is what it is. And you're going to have a sturdy cube storage shelf. For extras, like mine's is going in the basement, I have some fear that you may get a little water seepage in when it rains too much. So what I do, I cut some 1x2s, the full width. So two of them, in this case, is about 30 inches. So I cut two 30-inch lengths of 1x2s, and I Velcro them to the bottom. That way, if a little bit of water gets in there and those boards get soaked, you could just take them off, cut some new ones, and replace it, and it saves your shelf. That shelf is just pressed wood. You don't want that damn thing getting wet, man. It's like a sponge. It's no good once it gets wet. But a good piece of solid wood, it can get wet and dry out. It can get wet a few times and dry out and still be good. But you throw that Velcro on there, you attach it with Velcro. And then that way, if it is an issue, you could just rip it right off and start over and get you some new ones. But anyway, you run this, you got you a sturdy shelf.